Chapter 10, Management Integration, Putting the Pieces Together. One of the challenges in network management, indeed, some would argue, the holy grail in network management, lies in providing operational support infrastructure and management systems that are integrated. This means that all management functionality that is required for everything that needs to be managed is provided in one holistic solution, as opposed to providing the functionality in multiple, separate parts that essentially from separate islands. Having multiple management islands can cause many problems that could be avoided with an integrated solution. Data needs to be maintained redundantly and can run out of sync. Training cost increases for operational staff that needs to be familiar with a multitude of systems, and management tasks fall through the cracks. In this chapter, we take a closer look at the challenges that are associated with integrated management. Recognizing what those challenges are is the first step in confronting them successfully. The chapter also discusses some techniques that can be used to tackle those challenges and some of the trade-offs that they involve. In the course of the discussion, we start putting together many of the pieces from the earlier chapters. Here are some of the things that you will learn by reading this chapter. First, get to know many of the factors that make management integration a challenge, which is a prerequisite for being able to deal with them successfully. Second, understand how the different management dimensions encountered in earlier chapters can be used to approach management integration. Third, recognize trade-offs between platform and component-based integration approaches and between tight and loose management integration. And last, learn about approaches that can help you reduce the complexity of management tasks you might face. The need for management integration. In practice, the diversity of things to be managed and the diversity of functions needed for management easily lead to a diverse set of management applications that are used to manage a network. Management integration aims to provide an operation support environment in which management functionality is seamlessly integrated and holistic. End-to-end management support is provided. Benefits of integrated management. Having management that is integrated is important for many reasons that include the following. It helps ensure that the management tasks do not fall through the cracks. Management tasks that are supported by a holistic, integrated operational support environment do not need to rely as much on manual procedures and leave too little chance, compared to management tasks that are not supported by such an environment. Integrated management systems and holistic operational support environments reduce the need for training and increase the pool of available personnel that can carry out operational tasks. With integrated management systems, operators need to be well versed in fewer systems and machine interfaces. Integrated management infrastructure facilitates management of the management itself. Management environments that are not integrated require much more manual administration, supervision, and intervention to keep network operations running smoothly. Integrated management infrastructure eliminates or at least reduces the need for operators and network administrators to enter redundant data. For example, in a non-integrated management environment, information about which network elements need to be managed and how to reach them, like IP address or user credentials, frequently has to be entered multiple times, potentially into every management application that needs to know about the network elements. The result is lower operations efficiency. After all, entering this information takes time and effort. Even worse, it is error prone. In the same vein as the previous point, integrated management infrastructure reduces or eliminates the need to keep the same data redundantly in multiple locations, such as in separate management applications. Maintaining redundant data can be an issue, even when it does not have to be entered redundantly, because that data can potentially run out of sync, When it does run out of sync, cleanup can be a mess. Integrated management infrastructure help reduce the management load on the managed network. Integrated management infrastructure makes it easier to have management information available whenever and wherever it is needed, sometimes in conjunction with applications where it might not be expected at first. Integration can help feed itself, in the sense that management infrastructure that is already integrated will be easier to integrate with other parts of the business if the need arises, fostering further integration. In other words, management that is integrated results in management that is also much more efficient than it would otherwise be. Compare the situation depicted in the charts. In the first chart, the operator has to deal with a multitude of different systems, each with its own user interface and database. Clearly, this situation is intimidating, if not overwhelming. In addition, the devices in the network will be hit with requests from multiple directions. And in this second chart, this situation has been replaced by one that is much simpler. The complexity has been absorbed by a single integrated management system, elusive perhaps, but the subject of the management integration quest. Having an operational support environment that consists of multiple disconnected islands can lead to many problems when running a network. For example, it introduces the need to maintain and keep consistent multiple sets of data that might overlap. It leads to the risk of management tasks that fall through the cracks and are not resolved properly, and to operational inefficiencies that might result from the friction that arises between separate groups and systems that are isolated from one another yet need to work together to run the network smoothly. Most of these issues can be avoided with management that is integrated. At the same time, achieving truly integrated management is a major challenge and hence constitutes in many ways network management's holy grail. Management integration represents not only the technical problem of integrating multiple functions, applications, and systems into one integrated operational support environment. It has an organizational dimension as well, involving how different groups can best work together and complement each other in running a network. Integration of operation support infrastructure can follow along the different management dimensions that were introduced in earlier chapters. It often follows the way in which operations are organized, integrating those functions first that are of importance to a particular group, while defining interfaces to the parts of the infrastructure that primarily serve other management functions and parts of the organization that the group needs to interact with. Several factors influence the complexity of management integration, in addition to systems and software architecture challenges at the heart of the task of integration itself. This includes scale, the sheer number of things that need to be managed, heterogeneity, the diversity of what needs to be managed, and the number of management functions that need to be integrated. To address management integration successfully, it can be helpful to devise ways in which the complexity of the management task itself can be reduced. For example, when possible, cookie cutter configurations should be applied, and unnecessary variations in subtopologies, for example, across different sites of an enterprise, should be avoided. Several approaches exist for integrating functionality of management applications. Management platforms represent one such approach, providing commonly used management functionality out of the box and complementing that with infrastructure that the other applications can build on top of and plug into. The solution approach, on the other hand, is to combine best of breed applications and systems that can each also stand on their own. They are integrated into one common operation support environment, often requiring significant custom integration effort in the process. It is also possible to combine both integration approaches by integrating a management platform with additional systems and applications in an operation support environment. In that case, the result basically constitutes a special case of a solution in which one component simply happens to be a management platform. The trade-offs between platform-based and integration and solution-based integration commonly involve lower costs and a smaller footprint that favor of the platform approaches versus the capability to custom tailor and optimize the operational support infrastructure to the very specific needs that favor the solution approach. The end of discussion.